Hello there and welcome to what is going to be a fantastic 2 versus 2 battle from the recent Ultimate Team Tournament qualifying. I'm here in the north with Luvnest as the Wehrmacht, DevM as the OKW, in the south Creative Name as the Soviets, and introducing your co-commentator for the day. Who have we got?
Yeah, me, Seeking, as the Brit player.
And Seeking, his role today is going to be to give us a fantastic analysis of this game, and who better to do it than one of the four players. We're also in quiet moments going to be asking a little bit about him as a player, because, you know, you're pretty hot to the scene, Seeking, because people have started to take notice that you've gotten a lot better recently. How's that happened, and, you know, when did it come about?
Well, I'm playing actively kind of like 2 years, and because of the Corona thing, actually I had a lot of time, and my study ends, so I had a lot of time to play, and so that's why I could improve my stuff, I guess.
Nice little battle here. I always love these little castle battles, Seeking. You know, when the Stern Pioneers are doing the older behind the cover, but in this case the Modern Nagants seem to be winning out. We've got more conscripts joining the fray, and yeah, looks all Creative Name versus DevM on the east. So at this point in time, Seeking, you know you're going to be up against probably the greatest Co2 player of all time, Luvnest. How do you feel loading in against that beast?
Well, of course, we were stressed. We didn't like we watched some casts and checked how they play, so we were kind of prepared, but you never know, you know. So we try to kind of right now double team
DevM, yeah, DevM's getting his ass kicked right now. Seeking is all over him. He's blocking him in with Tommies. Folks Grenadiers are forced away, but that's some good body blocking now. Seeking good understanding of the mechanics of this game and exploiting them to perfection, as the Stern Pioneers do survive, but not by much. So clearly a double team focused there. Meanwhile, Luvnest was able to get his fuel and push on with the Pioneer MG42 combination. Tell me about build orders, Seeking. At this point in time, do you have a plan? Are you going to enact that plan, or are you waiting to react?
In that time, we just kind of want to secure the right side, and from the right side, we want to push to the left, to the cutoff. But yeah, we were kind of getting holded off of the 2 grants from Luvnest. And at that time, we kind of backing off to deal a lot of damage, and then slowly push. And build order, I don't know, like, we're trying to kind of get some resources first and then see what they do.
Yeah, see what you've targeted, what you've gotten, muni, fuel, etc. MG42's in dire straits right now. Seeking's got him around the back. Meanwhile, we've got a blob coming in from DevM. Low health, Seeking, double actions needed. He's managed to push away the MG and escape with both Tommies, and it certainly is a west-east split. What do you think of this map, Seeking? Is it a good one?
It's a really nice one. I really like this. It's my second favorite 2 vs 2 map, but sometimes we're getting this Wilshanka bug, the UI bug, which is really not, but other than that, it's a really perfect map.
You were able to escape against DevM there. So just so everybody knows, what is the Villashanka bug, and how do you escape it?
Yeah, well, it's a user interface glitch, kinda. It comes from getting a reworked map, because this map got reworked a couple times. And you can escape it when you kind of click on the building or select another unit.
Then hit escape,
works.
Isn't it?
Yeah, escape as well, but it doesn't work always.
To be honest, I get rid of it just by pressing escape sometimes, but as you say, if you select something ambient or a building or even another unit and hit escape, it should get rid of it. Conscripts pushing up here, Folks Grenadiers behind medium cover. Meanwhile, we've got a nice positioning from DevM. He is going to get flamed to death if he persists, though. We do of course have the Universal Carrier with the Vickers upgrade. MG42 from Luvnest, but it's in a difficult situation putting itself in the middle of site blockers, and his Grenadiers know it, so they come in to help out. What do you think about the tempo, Seeking? Is this as fast as you remember it being?
Oh yeah, we got a lot of pressure in that moment, and like you see, DevM is doing a really great job to push us away, and Luvnest is supporting him really nice as well, because I tried to help creative name, but I couldn't since Luvnest is pushing me off. So yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of panning in this game because I feel like there's going to be more action than we can fit on the screen. This is a fantastic battle because I think all the players are like, nobody's that tired in this particular game, and they're all well warmed up. So the micro should be not faultless, it never is, but it should be getting close to on form, let's say. Stone Pioneer has to be careful for the mine here, laid by the combat engineers. Conscripts are going to come in to try. Ah! Excellent by DevM. Well, very lucky actually to pull out the frying pan at that exact moment.
On the left side?
Yes, I did indeed. That was fortunate for the Tommies of yourself. Yeah. And you've got the AEC coming out, so 4 Tommies, Vickers, AEC, pretty standard there. Very standard indeed. Not chosen a commander yet, though. What was your thinking about that? Have you got options, or do you know where you're going?
Well, I would go for the Pyramid Overwatch doctrine. Like the,
I've heard great things. Less said the better, but there we go. We do know. For those that haven't seen, S-Mine is damaging the UC. We've got the 222 in pursuit. We also have a squad wipe go down. What was that seeking? What did we see?
The squad wipe was... I wasn't concentrated on that time, because I thought the 222 were gonna rush me, but there, my micro got the leg off
we missed it on camera as well. We didn't see the UC guy either. I got distracted. I thought I'd missed something, and then I missed the actual thing I was watching.
Yeah, I lost the UC because of the S-Mines on the left side.
Yeah, that is a shame. MG42 and 222 of Luvnest in position, pushing again on the west side. In the east, meanwhile, DevM's putting the pressure down. Both allied players are currently pegged back significantly. Creative Name is back in base and he's healing up. What do you think about Luvnest and DevM's synergy? Do they come across as 2 1-versus-1 players? Or do they come across as a team when you play them?
We're great. We play together really good. I like them a lot. And we suit each other a lot. So I hope they improve themselves in the main rounds. I see a lot of them. So we can probably do a lot of things in time.
Fair enough, fair enough. Getting pegged back significantly now, Creative Name and the Seeking Guy. And they're pushed into the lower half quad of this battle. LMG Grandy is up for Luvnest. Constantly dropping models, however, and no half track to reinforce on the field, and they are actually quite far into the enemy's face. So it's amazing that we don't see a sniper so far. Any particular reason for that, Seeking?
I don't really know. I thought the sniper will come earlier, because most of the players going like the 2nd unit or the 3rd unit as a sniper. So I was wondering. Yeah, it was weird to see that.
It was indeed, with so many high-value targets in the middle and west, especially away from the Volksgrenadier conscript battle. We've got Jaeger's limp infantry popping in the heat of combat from DevM. Conscripts don't know the damage that they could possibly be under. We also have Sturmgewehrs on the retreat path also. Tommies of Seeking Guy are coming to help out. Good body blocking there by DevM, but he could not get the squad wipe.
Yeah, DevM is doing a great job, like I said. He's like pushing us all the time away from our fuel point. So we're kind of panicking right now and trying to secure our fuel point. But yeah, it's just too much there.
Oh, and there we go. The Seeking Guy himself loses a Tommy squad at this point in time. And another! Mortar, however, nearly takes out a Volksgrenadier squad itself. 4 kills on the Mortar. There's an interesting decision. We'll have to ask you about that one. Why Mortar and why there?
The Mortar is kind of securing the mids and the fuel side, so that's why I put it there. Yeah. And I lost 2 Tommies really bad, because I was concentrating on the left side, and the 2nd Tommy squad died so quick.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those things. What was happening on the left side, by the way? We didn't catch it on camera. Was there any real reason to be focused?
In that moment, I think Luvnest threw a rifle grenade, and I was dodging that, and I didn't focus on the right, and then I lost it.
And obviously, the shame is with rifle grenades. Honestly, I've been told by many top players, sometimes it's better to just eat them in the face than try and dodge them, because you kind of clump up sometimes when you leave cover. And so yeah, it's just a shame that.
That's true, actually. And the rifle grenade of the Grants are actually the best grenade that it's in the game.
And here we go. He's got a Valentine on the field, one of the few call-in tanks still in the game, and of course that means it's meta. Because call-in tanks are and always will be meta. If there's only one left, we'll make that one meta, and here it is.
Yeah, the Valentine is really perfect. Little Cromwell tank, so...
yeah, it's like a miniature Cromwell, isn't it? And it's doing work here. Luvnest with his first squad down of the game. And he does indeed have the sniper, by the way. It's now got its first kill in the middle. Control group won the shit out of that. How about comms? Seeking, talk about comms. You guys speak on voice, or do you use chat and intuition?
No, we're using voice comms. We're doing it really good. We just only calling the important things, what's happening, and it works very well.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Combat engineers in dire conditions here. More flanking by DevM. DevM seems to be on form in the east side, getting the Faust off on the T-70. It does get 3 kills. You could, in fact, engage incendiary rounds if you wanted. It's not a bad game so far, is it? Seeking 11 minutes of high-octane action. I'm sure people are finding it a little bit unnerving. We've got me in the present tense and you as a time traveller, like John Connor, here to save the day against the Terminators that are Luvnest and DevM.
And at the moment we're really far behind. Like DevM is pushing us off and stealing our fuel point. And so we have a lot of pressure right now to deal with. We're kind of trying to get the pressure off, but it doesn't work that well, like you see.
No. There's a lot of, and of course, brace structure on the mortar. The AC is going to have to react, but the PaK-40 is a fearsome foe with the LMG Grenadiers covering for it. Nice use of smoke, however, to cover for it in the meantime. And it's very, I don't know what analogies. Do you know much about MMA, Seeking? This is one of my favorite analogies.
MMA?
Yeah.
No.
Well, because I'm an egotist, I'll just carry on with my analogy anyway. In MMA, there's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which means that the smaller guy can fight the bigger guy on his back. And it's all about, you know, keeping him away, keeping pressure points down, and in this case, using a mortar with smoke. I don't remember that in my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu textbook, but we do have the Valentine pushing through against the sniper and the 222. The sniper actually stops because the 222 does not allow it through, and it may just die because of it. There you go, double Faust engaged. Here it comes, one. Not necessary. Main gun destroyed, and he's out of there.
Yeah. Well, I saw that as rough because the sniper is really a pain for the Brit player, especially in the mid game when he can just cover the whole week. So for me, it was actually fine. I could live with that.
Yeah, it's 360 manpower for a 300 manpower 80 fuel tank, but I suppose when you're behind in the early game, and you'll take anything like that just to give yourself a psychological edge, you know. Here we go, we've got DevM pushing in force. He's got the MG34 as well. Vet 4 Folks Grenadiers all in the castle. Meanwhile, the Seeking guys pushing hard against Luvnest. We've got more S-mine fields being detonated. AC's looking for a shot on that dastardly 2-2 as we've got the Panzer IV pushing in against the conscripts. AC's, I tell you what, Seeking, this AEC has had so much bloody work to do.
Yeah, it does. And did you see that the T-70 died because of the P4?
Oh, did it get taken out? Did it?
Yeah, it did on the next to the mortar.
Very good. It might have been on camera and I just didn't notice in my brain. That does happen not casting, honestly.
Well, it's a lot of things going on in the two-list too, so...
Oh, yeah.
That's how catch I was.
Very much become like a news side reporter, just hoping to catch a story rather than write a book on it. The Panzer IV and Volksgrenadiers coming in from all sides. AEC coming in yet again to keep it at bay. Yeah, nice stun round off there. Who do you fear most in this tournament then? You enter the main round seeking the whole field in front of you.
Well, the most fear is of course Nogano and Scotch, because we're the best tourist team out here. So I still have a fear in the main round. But
and that's it, no Brosras Artovik.
well, maybe aecohmatt and Ashablos as well, because aecohmatt is just a king anyways in the cup.
He's a beast.
So always a fear.
Fastest hands in the West, aecohmatt, best micro in the game, but also a great strategic sense for the game as well. It's no offense to Ashablar, but it's all the focus is on aecohmatt indeed. Conscripts in an interesting situation there with Sternpine hiding behind the castle walls, and incendiary rounds nearly take them out, but as this barrage from afar takes out the MG34 nearly in turn. Stun grenade in on the Vet 3 combat engineers as conscripts coming on the retreat path. What do we see in the middle, Seeking Guy?
We see that the MG is almost getting wiped out, but well, he could escape. Luckily.
It's an interesting duel so far. Who do you reckon's winning the 1v1 in the West so far?
Well, still getting contests, so
it seems pretty even all in all. And there's a lot to fight for out there. Certainly been an interesting battle. It's like trying to watch two 1v1s in unison. And what's this? Looks like we've got some pyrotechnics on display. Is that right? What was that barrage there? I missed that one.
Which one exactly?
Oh, I do know one thing for certain. We have the Brumbear built very quickly by Luvnest, 17 minutes in.
Yeah, like you see, we're kind of struggling because of the 1 versus 1s, the separate, that we're both winning, kind of, like DevM and Luvnest winning the 1 versus 1s. So we're kind of trying to support and support each other to kind of get the map back.
It's a great game to rewatch, of course, like getting... you haven't gotten your ass kicked so far, but there's a lot you could have done differently, I'm sure. What are the big takeaways? How could you have defended yourselves better against Luvnest and DevM in this form?
Oh, that's a really hard question, actually. In that moment, it's just like, it's situational. I guess we just played very good in the beginning, because we owned us, and like I said, the 1 versus 1, we won it. But I think we played better in the team later on, which gave us the map back. Yeah.
We're going to get on board with Luvnest 222 and check out those spotting scopes and just see how much vision he gets from it. And it is ever so impressive. Luvnest is able to spot for everything. He lost his sniper at some point. Any idea what took that out, Seeking?
The sniper? I traded it with the Valentine.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah. See, I've been casting that long, my friend. I forget within a game what has happened. Do you know that for me, it's like I've cast games since 2012. So randomly, I'll get memories from a beta game from a bygone era, and it creeps into my brain. I call it Imperial Dane syndrome.
Imperial Dane syndrome.
You know, you can. Anyway, we've got a nice dodge there by Seeking. Grenadiers can't finish the job, but we do have a Brumbear coming into the picture. Bolster's Tommies will stand no match for the Stern Panzer, and they know it, and they're stuffed away from it, but they're actually buying time for the double 6-pounder, and also spotting with the second Tommy squad. Meanwhile, CN seems to be starting to win his battles in the east. We have the Panzer IV stricken, but not out of commission. Meanwhile, the Volksgrenadiers are pushing away the Guard squad with a nice nade and a full retreat necessitated. What about that victory point condition, Seeking? It's not looking too healthy, is it?
It's really bad. Like I said, we keep pressuring us and pushing us back, and we're trying to kind of have a 1VP. So that's why I'm desperately going in the middle right now to hold 1VP to kind of get the back. Yeah, it's really hard.
I have to say that mortar's worked out exceptionally well. You know, I know it's only got 9 kills, but I think Coming Heroes is all about pressure. It's all about the ebb and flow of battle and exerting. Nice shot by the AC, what the fuck? But there is 2 packs waiting for it. Pop smoked. But yeah, it's just giving you a little bit of pressure, a little bit of comfort in the middle. Just to operate and to get your micro flowing a bit better.
The model is really great. It always gives like health damage. You don't even have to kill something. It does always like it kind of pushes the enemy back. It can't just stay in the cover all the time. You know?
Well, I find in casting my most used word is push, and that's what I mean by pressure. It's all about you either give or you take, and the mortar allows you just to give that little bit more. There it is again. And we got the Brumbear being spotted for by the 222. The Gren's pushing in with a very helping hands-esque position here. You know, Luvnest pushing forward with a slow line. And they must be thinking they've absolutely got this in the bag. But as you guys can tell, this is either a spirited defense that goes on for a lot longer or an heroic comeback. And we know Seeking's a pretty cool guy, so it might not be what you expect. So let's wait and see. Nice artillery barrage on the 6-pounders of the Seeking guy as he's trying to help Creative Name at the moment, who's building his first tank, the Clement Vershilov numero uno.
Pretty lucky that my AT guns didn't die of that. Therefore.
Yeah, I was very lucky. Very lucky indeed. We've also got a little bit of bad luck on the west as Luvnest is pushing in all the way. He has no mercy, this guy.
I'm pretty sure I felt really chill because they literally had the whole map for like entire 20 minutes. So yeah.
DevM has the LEFH and he's bombarding your mortar to smithereens right now. Unexpected from DevM, it must be said. Of course, the tournament mercenary DevM is often famous for going one commander and sticking at it. He finds one and he keeps it for years. Tommy's in distress. The 222 with 10 kills watches on, but the AEC is going to try and trade for it. It runs through the smoke with 75 points remain. Gets an abandoned critical talk. Can't take out the Panzerwerfer. This is really bad luck. Meanwhile, we do have perimeter overwatch ignited. What's this going to do for us, Seeking?
It will allow us to kind of cool our territory, so the howitzers in the base can shoot on the enemies entering our territory, and so it gives us a little cool space that we can rebuild and chill and get in the battle.
Rebuild and chill. Get some tortillas, watch Netflix with your girlfriend in bed. You know, 2 minutes of downtime. There you go. It is a 2-minute ability, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is actually. And it's gonna probably getting nerfed soon as well.
Come on, Valentine going round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. 222 reversing away and taken out. One there, ambling into the picture in the mid as the Zis gun watches on. This ability has given them the breathing space they needed. The Valentine was able to exploit a hole with that extra thinking time. And here comes the tactical Blobben group, and from the Seeking guy, a cohesive, collagenated battle group of epic proportions. Are you proud right now, Seeking?
Proud to blob and to kind of getting pushed back right now again, so yeah.
Valentine went balls deep and couldn't find anything for now. The Axis players will be pleased to know that perimeter is nearly finished. KV1's gotten 2 kills. Not the expected return for Creative Name. Great username, by the way.
Yeah, it's a creative name.
Asia Mint has stolen it, so it must be a good username.
we kind of having, I don't know, fun to change their name all the time. So
finally found out why he calls himself PFCO2 now. Do you want to know?
Because the real PFC is kind of like this meme in the Korean scene. I don't know, something like that. So they like memeing out his name.
Yeah, they're softcore bullying him basically. They call him his cat. We've got conscripts pushing in. T-34 is also out. We've got the Valentine pushing in, but here you go. There's the Stuka. It's about to strike, most likely on the mortar. On the expected target, but the brace. The Stuka, it does nothing. KV1 gets some good shots off. Folks Grenadier can't do anything about the Zisgun. Meanwhile, the Valentine's up to 3 kills. However, we do have death from above. A sector assault rains down hellfire.
We've got 50 points left.
And now after that P4 died, we kind of coming back in the game. So that was a really nice pickoff.
Yeah, it was excellent. T-34 goes east side where the MG of DevM awaits. Meanwhile, we've got Tommy's on a merry jaunt up north. And Grenadiers on a shite retreat there. 2 infantry sections could fit. The model has a hell of a lot of health though. They're going to need a few more good shots to land and they won't find it. Guards versus Vet 5 Folks Grenadiers. And I'll tell you what, Seeking, this is why you need tournaments, because people don't play to the maximum extent of the game outside of it, to be honest. It's so fantastic to see that all the abilities are fully utilised and you really find what is meta or not. Doing a great service to the game, my friend, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, actually, it shows that people using their best in the tournaments and showing what's really good in the game right now.
Rocket artillery for the first time as we see the Panzerwerfer still not destroying the emplacement. I'll tell you that mortar's paid for itself 3 times over now because the distraction it has caused has been tremendous. Cromwell now out for Seeking. It's going straight for the pack. I tell you what, if pressure was the analogy of the cast, it's now absolutely exploding like a coiled spring right now. Seeking and Creative Name are right back into this. Looks like the Pack 40's been taken down. We've got a 4-man Tommy's section going for it, but the Brumbear does not like that and looks for the decrew almost immediately. Beautiful game, isn't it, Seeking? Is it? What do you know what casting is good for? It allows you to actually see that the game is beautiful and not this horrendous headache, you know.
Yeah, it has a different perspective to see how the game was for the enemy even, and their perspective. So it's really nice to see. And yeah, we try to deal a lot of damage to kind of come back, and it works. Yeah, we kind of coming back, and it surprised us that moment as well. So.
Well, Tommy's very lucky to escape from the Brumbear there as the Command Valentine.
That was real lucky with that section. It should be dead, to be honest.
Yeah. Might be a little tiny bit of elevation or medium cover affecting the retreat modifier there. Or the shot could have gone under the map.
Oh yeah.
Anything I like
or
that.
Maybe the RNG god just saved my life.
Nice hacks. Love it. KV1 coming in. Rakettenwerfer awaits as the Zisgun is in position. I mean, you're Luvnest and DevM now, Seeking. What do you do next? Where's your next play? Do you go all in or do you try and bleed them out slowly?
As Luvnest and DevM, like in that moment, we have to kind of get the 2VPs back. So Luvnest is trying to get the left back, and DevM is like holding him at, and we're doing pretty good right now. Luvnest is pushing me off.
Yeah, so all eyes on Luvnest right now. If he can get this Western victory point, he will seal the game for certain. I will put an anti-spoiler screen at the end of this video, so all suspense maintained. Brumbear coming in with that Zimmerman. Lovely skin. Tommy's just recircling. There's the Grenadier. It is indeed taking the put, but we have a very important duel in the centre right now. Cromwell comes in. Foch Grenadiers repositioning. Here comes the Verf on the mortar of all places. No, indeed, it is on this blob just west of the mortar. Foch Grenadiers maintain the centre. Good work by DevM. Luvnest, meanwhile, does cap the west. This could be curtains for the Germans. What is German for curtains? Is it like window closen schaften or something?
Yeah, well...
Oh, nice, sorry, no, hang on a second. Nice push by the T-34. Goes all the way around the back there. It does take out the Panzerwerfer on its jaunt. I just caught that at the last second by the looks of things. Terrible casting by AE. Just getting excited over talking to Sea King, it seems. Foch Grenadier giving sight for the Panther, but nice positioning by Creative Name to push the Vet 2 now. Zisgun into position. Vet 5, Foch Grenadiers out of there as we've got another fatality as the tank goes down.
That was a really beautiful pick-off of Creative Name of the Werfer. So now we kinda, yeah, just had the AT wall on our back without being scared of the Werfer.
LAFH up to 16 kills. Not exactly paid for itself quite yet. As Sea King talks about his AT gun wall. Let's have a little look at that. We've got 2 Zisguns and 2 6-pounders versus an Elephant for Luvnest, as ever, in his Axis games. And here it is, perimeter Overwatch yet again. They are capping 3 victory points right now, which could really help them get back into this. Meanwhile, we have the Cromwell pushing in for the Sturmpanzer. We also have the Tommies giving reconnaissance for the 6-pounders. Everything's going off right now. Looking for a shot is the Sea King guy, but he can't quite make it happen. Foch Grenadiers claim what's theirs, get a squad wipe. Also, as the Valentine on the west side watches the Grenadiers and Pioneers with a lot of lust in its eyes because they want to get these victory points and stay in the game because only 22 remain. They can't allow this Vet 5 Foch Grenadier to take the centre. KV1's on 14 kills as the mortar rains death from above. Rakettenwerfer gets a shot in, but the Foch Grenadiers are no more. Tommy's on the retreat path. Luvnest tagging in with Grenadiers. They need to keep these points as 19 victory points remain. This game looks all but over as a Rakettenwerfer goes into the centre as the Panther comes in to make use of that pintle mount and coaxial gunner. But we have the planes raining death. We have the Zisgun getting a shot in. And that Sector Assault getting some horrendous arty off.
Yeah, like you see now, DevM is getting desperate and trying to move everything in the middle and to hold that VP. But doesn't work out, sadly.
It does not work out for him indeed. Stern Pioneer in the centre also. Meanwhile, looks like Luvnest's finally been pushed off. His Vet 3 Grenadiers somehow survived. We've got a damaged engine on the Elephants. Any tactical observations, CK? Anything that you can see about this? How do you hold the line from this position?
Yeah, we're trying to get all the VPs back. We only have 40 VPs left, so now I'm stabilizing the left VP and getting it back, and Creative Name's going in the middle. And so we in that moment we just have to just be defensive and just hold the line, like you say, and yeah. It looks good.
How do you feel about Luvnest and DevM in this situation? Are they stuck in teching decisions, or do they have maneuverability? Do they have the flexibility to make one last push and finish off these victory points? What would you do now in their position?
Yeah, I think DevM already did this all-in push in the middle. Like he lost, I think, 2 units and like decapping the middle. Like he lost his AT gun, Foch Grenadier. Now he's getting desperate and going alone on the right side, like you see, and he doesn't have any support, so we're really desperate in that moment.
Desperate indeed. He still has 72 pop cap, however. We also have Luvnest on 58, Creative Name on 74, Seeking
And we
Die
both
on...
have 200 fuel, but no manpower, sadly.
Yeah, no manpower. It's all that unit preservations come back to haunt them.
That's neat.
No, I'm joking, of course. It is better to keep models alive and retreat full health squads, because then you get your tanks out, rather than keeping squads alive and constantly losing models, because you end up in a situation like this, with a crap ton of fuel and no tanks to show for it. Well, especially because they threw what tanks they had into the middle earlier on. Luvnest, Panther in the build, DevM. He still has his Panther, but doesn't have a kill to its name. Creative Name right now is getting another T-34 after those heroics like we saw earlier. It certainly paid for itself, so why not carry on? Here's a nice AT wall for you. Got a Maginot Line kind of feel going on as the Elephant is not going around the odds ends. It's going straight through the middle. FH firing on where the AT guns were. Vet 3 Grenadiers could go down to Tommy's here. This could be a loss. There you go. Not too shabby. CN. And here's that perimeter overwatch again. With 3 victory points this time. This will be a really good one.
Neat, and Luvnest now lost a Gren and a Pyro in the left corner. It was really not necessary to lose so vetted units in that moment.
Oh, nice shots there. Creative Name moves into the danger, unfortunately, for him on the last shell of the barrage. Here's the Valentine, which has been very unromantic so far, pretty brutal. T-32-76 pushing up the right side as the Panther watches on. DevM and Luvnest are likely consolidating their forces right now, because they know if they keep throwing stuff into the meat grinder, they might be able to finish this game off. When you're in this position, from what I've seen, definitely not from what I played because I would have lost by now, but from what I've seen, Seeking, it's often best to just wait a moment and then push all as one and just finish the game off. Don't fuck around trying to play as you have been. You want to go different on your strategy. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you just sometimes have to chill and wait till the enemy comes and overextends, and then you push him away and to kill to see his mistakes and just play better, you know.
Elephant has its 3 kills. 2 of them infantry, surprisingly, despite having no machine guns.
Oh, it does. It does in the front.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. That's why the elephant.
Oh, it has one whole gunner. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's why it's called the elephant. There was
and not the Ferdinand. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Ferdinand didn't have an MG. That's why it's called like that.
Ah, I see you're a man for accurate World War II stats, not AE style World War II stats where only 1 out of 3 is actually correct. Panther misses its shot versus the Vet 3 Valentine, but look at the maneuverability on this bastard. It actually might survive this. But no, the Faust gets him with an NFL quarterback style Faust there. Oh, but here comes the Atlantic Wall. Tell you what, this could be an Admiral Akbar. A trap! Nope, elevation to the rescue, but main gun destroyed critical.
That was crazy. Those 3 AT guns did so much work.
They really did, but they did their job, because I tell you what, the Valentine's still alive. Meanwhile, in the centre, let's check out that tactical situation as DevM's trying to push in. But he doesn't seem to have enough critical mass right now.
Yeah, we're trying their best to secure the left VP, and from there on to kind of concentrate in the middle, but you know, in that moment we pressuring them and not they, so yeah, just kind of changed the situation.
Orbital Darton's pushing in from DevM with an LMG upgraded. And Luvnest is also pushing in to try and get that Western victory point. But guys, don't forget they need 2 at the same time. This is for you newer viewers amongst you. Not that there probably isn't as many, but you never know. Tommy's! Oh, that's a low elf squad. And we've also got LMGs on retreat, but they don't quite have sight lines right now. Oh, yes, they do. But the tree's just going to save their life. KV1 did start to claim kills eventually, Seeking up 20 kills. It's one of those slow-growing kind of tanks that kind of, you look away and actually has done a bit of work.
KV1 has insanely health as well. The armor was crazy on that tank.
Did you see Helbion's trying to kill one yesterday? Did you see that clip? It was hilarious.
I saw that one. Those things, this tank is just a beast, seriously.
It's just a damage sponge, isn't it? It's like a roided up T-3476, you know.
I
got
think
bullied
it
at
even
school.
has the same main turret as the T-44.
It does, yeah. Exactly the same weapon profile. But just a shitload of health. It's like picking a fight with a fat kid at school, you know. Your punches, they do nothing. Not that you should do that, but anyway. A does not condone bullying. Valentine might get blocked in by the 6-pounders here, but don't quite have the sight, I would estimate. Of course not. Meanwhile, Tommy's throw in a bit of gammon for you.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Keeping those 2 victory points just about. LMG Grenadiers are forced away yet again. And guess who's about to enter double-digit territory as DevM's Folks Grenadiers are in a bad part of town. It is indeed DevNest, or Love M, as I don't know which one they prefer to be called. Little and Large is another one.
Yeah, I think even Luvnest and do they even have a team name? I don't know.
Little and Large, definitely. It's definitely officially now that.
Okay.
You know, together they... Oh, Elephant going down as the KV1 rolls in. Need a better penetrative weapon, though. Are there any AT guns that can lend a hand? Meanwhile, the KV1's now exposing its rear. You don't want to do that. As the Ziskuns now turn their attention on the Panther. KV1's trying to get around the rear side of the Elephant. It does do indeed. It's now going to try and take out the Brumbear. It's all going down right now as the Valentine also pushes in. The Panther's stricken, but not out. The Brumbear looks nearly devastated. One more shot to penetrate. It'll certainly be dead. Panther comes to save its big fat brother and does the job. But here's that triple AT gun with the wombo combo, annihilating what was left of Luvnest and DevM, as we could be very close to the curtain call for the players that look certain to win what has been an epic battle. See, I might miss like 20 things dying, creative name, sorry, Seeking Guy, but what I tend to do is I'll have one bit of commentary that makes up for it, you know. I'm what's called an inconsistent caster.
Yeah, but protect you, it's just a 2-2. It's just so much going on right now in the late game. Like you see, everything is exploding, everything is dying.
Oh, and here we go. The T-34's gone in for the Panther. What an heroic push by Creative Name. However, it is taken out by the other Panther. But meanwhile, all that's been going on, we have a triple cap from Seeking and Creative Name. And that is now drawing the Axis players. Whilst all has been going kaboom, as Imperial Dane would say, they have been going slowly down to 0, and they've been forced to throw in the towel. What a game that was!
It was an insane comeback. We never thought we could make this game come back. So it gave us a lot of big, just positive energy back, I guess.
Definitely. What a lot of confidence to go into the tournament. Spoilers alert for those that may not have watched the rest of the cast, which I believe are on Stormless's channel or on his Twitch, I guess, is who wins this tournament? Seeking?
Yeah, we, Creative and me, we won the tournament, like the qualification round at least, and now we seed 1, and in the main round we're gonna play, and let's see how it will go there as well.
Yeah, it was well played, very well played indeed. I'm just going to load into the stats screen very quickly just to show everybody the kills and the deaths and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, what a battle that was. It was great to get some insight from you as well. Seeing, I know it was difficult, the format I chose, but I think we made it work just about. You know,
Yeah, we did good. Yeah.
We certainly did. Let's have a look at some of the... Of course, the best unit for the Seeking guy was the 6-pounder. You wouldn't have expected anything else. Creative name. His was the best, was the Zis gun. It's all about the AT gun wall, isn't it?
Exactly, yes. After the Rafa died, we could line up the AT walls, like, without any... we were not scared at all.
No. DevM, Folks Grenadiers. Luvnest was Pax, so... I'm seeing a lot of that, by the way. It's certainly it's a co-staple, you know. AT gun walls have been a valid strategy in this game since forever, to be honest. In both games of the series, Co 1 as well. So it's interesting to see that now we're getting towards the late stage of Co 2, that we're starting to see a lot of AT gun walls in 2 vs 2 at least. KDs and damages, very even game, to be fair.
It was
very
really even. And for me, the key point, unit was at the end as well the Valentine, because I could just put the recon mode on and I could just see where the elephant is or the broom bear, where his units are. So I could just move and counter. Yeah,
that's fascinating. So I would have loved to have known about that. Obviously, one of the problems with being a pretty decent caster but a bad player is I don't look for things like that. That's pretty. Are there any other units? If we go on your what we're going to show now is your units that you used in the game. That's bloody creative name. You know, I always get you the TR clan and see like expensive runner. To me, they're the same person. In casts, I always mix them up. But
yeah, I remember that you uploaded a cast when I played with creative, and you said, "I'm expensive runner." Like,
I know. I definitely know Seeking is now. I rest assured. But let's have a look at your units you've used anyway. Infantry sections, built 6, lost 3. I mean, I suppose there's not that much amazing things that can be talked about there. What did you grade them with, though?
Creative.
Sorry, Seeking. That was a joke. We're going through your infantry, your build orders and such. Is there any, like... You spoke about the Valentine... Is there any reason you didn't get a heavier tank out at any point, like a Comet or a Churchill?
Yeah, the reason was because we had like this huge pressure at the beginning, and I needed a tank, I needed armor to show something, you know. And if I would like spare for like a Comet, it would come out way too late. That's why I spammed like the Cromwells and the Valentine. The second Valentine, I was just like, I need something on the field. That's why I called it in.
Fair enough, skis.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, I just lost the 2 sections at the beginning, really bad. But yeah, the key units were still the AT and the Valentine.
One of them was a stolen pack, was it?
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah,
it actually was.
Interesting. You've spoken about the Valentine, of course. I think that should do us, to be honest, a little bit. I just wanted to squeeze a bit more analysis out of you just before you leave us, you know, Seeking. You've got such a juicy brain for Co 2. It's just great to like wring you like a sponge, see what we can get out of it kind of thing. But it's been a pleasure casting with you, my friend, and I'm sure a lot of viewers enjoyed this.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to see how a cast works, actually. Thank you.
Yeah. It's as I say, I'm a big fan of 1 vs 1 because I can cast that without missing anything usually. But these 2v2 battles, they have something special, and that is like this epic kind of massive feel to them, you know. And the one thing I did like about that is wasn't as much rocket artillery as a lot of other games. That Wolfhazer, that bloody map, so much rocket artillery on it. I like the map we just played on Eindhoven Country because it felt like it was less suited to just spamming Stukas. You know, there's a bit more spread to it. And you push through the centre, you got a bit more maneuverability. Is that your feel for it?
Yeah, well, 2 vs 2 is always mostly a rocket artillery and something like to kind of wipe those support guns, and you need something. And you saw in that game that after Luvnest lost his arty, that they couldn't deal with the AT guns. You know, that was the huge mistake, to be honest.
That's interesting then. So the thing I was seeing was the thing that was allowing the AT gun wall to exist. Interestingly then, so DevM's artillery choice, the LEFH.
Yeah.
I don't mean to go full helping hands on him here, but
It didn't
maybe
do that much. Yeah.
no, it didn't, did it? Maybe he should have just gone for Stukas. As like that's the meta, isn't it? Stukas. So
Yeah, it's Stukas. I think he built it up because of the mortar pit to destroy it, but I think we didn't even destroy it till the end.
Nope.
So
no.
I didn't know. I don't even know what to do at the end. Maybe it didn't shoot at all. I don't know, actually.
No. Anyway, that's it's going to be goodbye from me. Hope all you viewers have a fantastic week. May also have more player commentary coming later this week, so they'll be on the lookout for that. Big thanks to Seeking, and good luck in the rest of the tournament, my friend.
Thank you.